Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here and thank you for participating to Unlucky Gamers Talk. Actually, we are the seventh episode. Today we will talk about Aragami 2. And as always, I am Diego Cutie. Just in case this is the first time that you follow us, I'm a game designer and creative director with 16 years of experience. You might know me from my most recent games, which are Star of a Drive that you can actually buy. It's been released a couple of weeks ago on Switch finally, and A Quiet Place that has been released a few months ago, and a few years ago, Dying Light 2. You might also know me for my book, which is Game Design Tools, a book about game design.
And I'm Uriel Cozzolino, also game designer teacher, and one of the members of the team with Pointer. And we are also going to release in a couple of weeks our first game, Dino Patrol. It will come out the 9th of May, so close enough.
Oh, perfect. I hope you have some free keys for when it will come up to give to the audience.
Yes, absolutely. We can arrange that.
Oh, perfect. So actually, stay tuned. Let's see, the 9th, basically, uh, the 13th of May, which will be
Yes.
after the release of the game. If you join us on Unlucky Gamer Talks, you will be able to get a free key of Dino Patrol. Then now, if I'm correct, you can still download the demo on
Yes, we
Steam.
have a demo available. It's a pretty juicy demo. If you want to try out the game, I will actually I will
Please.
pass you the link because I cannot write in the chat.
In the meantime, we have someone watching us. Once again, thank you for watching us. Thank you for dedicating your time to us. Feel free to say hi and to chit chat with us about your opinion about these games or anything, because this is always a very friendly talk. In the meantime, I put the link that will pass me so everyone can check it. So, what we are talking today is Aragami 2. And I think today, as I wrote on LinkedIn, is going to be a bit controversial, probably, because last time we talked about Our Way Out, and basically was an entire hour of praises about
Yes.
how amazing that game was, because it is amazing. It is absolutely fantastic. So today, to change a bit the tone, we choose a different type of game, which actually me and Uriel didn't like at all, which is
Mhm.
Aragami 2. So in the meantime, that I searched it, Uriel, do you want to give a brief description of what is Aragami 2?
Yes, absolutely. It's a stealth action co-op game where you play as both of the characters are ninjas with a little bit of supernatural powers. As the name suggests, it's Aragami 2. So there was a previous chapter. The previous chapter was a single player, so we started from directly from Aragami 2 without knowing basically anything about the first game. Okay, thank you, Diego,
It's a
for
pleasure.
showing. And yeah, so as you can see, it's very, very stealthy. If you get caught, the game is going to become very, very hard, very, very fast, and there is a combat system. It's not super developed because the focus here is on not being detective. The what we are seeing right now, it's the hub. So you are going to come back here after every mission, and you are going to start from here every single time. Um,
Okay, I'll take it. So,
okay.
why I want to start with, as I say, this is not going to be a good one. It's going to be mostly of us talking about things that we did, case we didn't like. So the first point is that, and this is the major point, in case this is the first time that you're watching us talking, in this live action, we always talk about co-op games that me or Uriel have played. So most of the time that we have played together. And Aragami 2, it's not. a co-op game. It is a co-op game, but it's not a co-op game. What do I mean by that is that nothing within the game is really thought about co-op. There is the possibility to play co-op, and me and Uriel played co-op, but it's not a co-op game. You're not really playing co-op. You're not really working together. Yes, you can sometimes separate objectives, like, oh, I'm doing objective A while Uriel does objective B, but that's it. It's more like a solitaire in which I do my thing, you do your thing, and because we are two, we might do things faster because, you know, it's faster being in two, but it doesn't actually requires me. It's just do your own thing, I do my things. And same goes for the difficulty. Maybe I get discovered, and now we can beat people in two, which will be easier than beating people alone. Or maybe I can distract an enemy, which can be easier than distracting an enemy alone. But that's the depth of the co-op, which is for me not a co-op. It's a single player experience, and I was so disappointed by that. Why? Because maybe you don't know this game. Actually, I probably have to go here and searching it. Uh, but I'm a huge fan of Tenchu. So Tenchu is a super old game that now you can see how old it is, and it's a stealth ninja game. It's super old. This is like I don't know, the first one, 98 exactly. I played this one. This is my favorite. Probably is the second one. And it's super old, and it's mainly about you being a ninja or one of two ninjas. Actually, you can choose which one, and basically killing people for reasons, plus having a bit of magic. And when you get discovered, there is this combat, as you can see, in which like you're killing people, and sometimes there is timers and things like that. And when Uriel suggested me to play Aragami, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool! It's basically like modern Tenchu, which of course is cool because, as you can notice, Tenchu is not exactly good looking at this time. It's not exactly
It
the
didn't
most.
age so
Yes,
well.
the edge. That's the second ninja. There we go. It didn't age so well, as you can notice. But some of these things in Tenchu were amazing. Like you had so much liberty for being a PS1 game. You can go on the top. They are well multi-level, beautiful kill shot, and this is another point which I will touch later. But other than not being a co-op, for me, Aragami doesn't sell me the ninja fantasy. What do you think about that?
I think you touched a few very important key points. So I will start from the top. I will start from the not being a cop. I totally agree. I remember us talking about this, and I think that the biggest aspect of the game regarding a cooperative sorry, I'm hypnotized by
Yeah, classic co-op shenanigans.
yes, and this is actually the fact that this is the best that you can hope to get from the co-op experience of this game. These silly interactions within the characters, but nothing gameplay wise, and the thing that you were mentioning before during the mission. So if I get discovered, we are both in trouble, and that's the biggest interaction that you can get for the multiplayer part. That one of the players commits an error, a mistake, and now everyone is going to pay the consequences. Apart from that, as you said, it's basically a single player experience, and I totally agree with you. This is not enough to make this game a real functional cop.
And you can already see
Um,
that in the video. Sorry to interrupt. This is not a video.
mhm.
I randomly click it, so it's not prepared. The three player just separated. One went left, killing some guys. One went up, and so the player that we saw it decided to go right. It's just single player playing together. Please continue.
Yeah, they could have been NPCs, and nothing would have been different. I remember while playing this game, we were like chatting a lot. We were just talking about stuff. And don't get me wrong, that's always nice. I'm happy to do that. But we didn't need to actually coordinate to play the game or to strategize together or basically to do anything together. We were playing, each of us
Sorry if
their
I
own
interrupt you
experience.
again, but there's another example that just happened that was super interesting. Like here, like you see, the first guy was doing stealth. Second guy decided to kill, and so okay, I'll jump and kill him too because it's just faster to kill together. It's more efficient. But it wasn't coordinated. It was nothing. It was just like I wanted stealth, you wanted to kill. Okay, well now we kill. So
Mhm. Yeah. And apart from that, I remember the actual game being quite clunky.
mm,
Many of the actions we were performing, there is this very cool dash that we just saw it right now. This is very good. This should feel like super satisfying to perform. It wasn't really, because many times you were dashing, you wanted to dash in a direction, and for some reason you maybe didn't set the stick exactly at the right degree. You were
yeah, oh
like
my
one
god,
pixel
yeah.
off, and you were going to dash out in the open, out in the middle of the map, and now you were going to be discovered, and the mission was going to fail. And that was very, very frustrating. I remember being very, very frustrated most of the time while we were playing Aragami. And the dash was the most evident aspect, because if you fail the dash, you were going to pay a very high price. But actually, also the combat and most of the basic mechanics um, were didn't feel that polished. I don't know if you felt the same,
Oh
Diego.
yeah, I felt the same. Before going that, I also want to talk about something that we saw, which is our player dying and saying mission fails one of two, and now another player died and mission fails two and two, and mission failed. So you die two times, doesn't matter if it's you, if it's two players, one player two times, two players, one time each. End of the mission, restarting from zero. And I will talk about this. I just wanted to point it out just because it happens. And yes, the control feels so clunky, which I think it's connected with another element, which is the game is done in Unreal and looks like Unreal. And this is a problem. Why is a problem for me? Develop in Unreal, and you, Uriel, develop in Unreal too. And Unreal is a great engine that we use, but Unreal, as every engine, has a distinct, let's say, looking style. Why? Uh, in technical, super easy way to say that, it's basically because it's a rendering engine. Something that renders, it's a very difficult code. So doesn't matter what color you use or anything, it will always render them using this code. And of course, this is the negative part of using not your custom engine, but of course, doing your custom engine costs a lot of money. Um, so something important when you develop in Unreal is be able to make. Also, you see the water didn't splash with the dead body of the guy being thrown. But something that you'd have to develop in Unreal is that you need to know how to develop in a way that doesn't look unreal, doesn't look stock. And same goes for the, and that's why you were asking, okay, Diego, but where is that connected to the clunkiness of the control? Because for me, if you leave a game looking like stock and real, it's because you don't understand or you don't know how to not do that. And that also goes for movement. Unreal gives you basic movement, which is clunky on its own. Why? Because most of the time that it's something that it's okay for generic game. It doesn't might not be okay for your own game. You need to change it. You need to do things. And once again, here we saw another not coordination because he wanted to kill the guy, but the guy on the top killed it first. So it's just efficiency. And this for me is connected because of that. You need to know how to modify Unreal to make it less clunky. Why is it important in this type of game? Because this is a game about movement. Because at the end of the day, a stealth game is a movement game. That's your power. That's what makes you powerful. That's what was saying Uriel before with the dash. What is the special power of these people? Is the dash. That's their special power. That's how they can do things. They can move, teleport, and things like that. So their power is movement. And if movement doesn't feel good, then it's a problem. Think a game about, I give a different example here, and I will say, how it's called, I gotta remember. The one with magic powers, where you're a killer first person.
Prototype or
Oh,
the other?
Dishonored. Dishonored, perfect.
Ah, Dishonored. Okay.
Dishonored. I even got Dishonored 1, just to give an example. I'll go in the middle. Okay, this is a like long walkthrough, perfect. Okay, of course. Of course, I found the only moment in which they are talking.
Cutscene.
It's a classic thing, of course. Now,
Black
Dishonored,
and two.
it's again a stealth game, and it's about movement. And the movement in Dishonored feels super good. You teleport, which is dash. You can jump. You can run. You can grab on certain things. And of course, it's a different game because it's in first person. But the movement feels good because that's your power. Your power is about being able to move. When you become a rat in Dishonored, it's just a movement ability. You are becoming shorter, which is movement. Here, it's doing teleportation, which is movement. So all stealth game, or at least a stealth game, most test game, movement it's your power. If movement doesn't feel good, it's a problem. And I want to ask you this, Uriel, and also ask that to the audience. Do you think movement could have been done better? Maybe was sacrificed for the co-op, or it's just many other things, and it's just one of the victim, say, not uh, specifically something that decide to do. Like, oh,
Hmm.
let's do co-op and let's work less on movement because we
This
use too
is
much.
this is a very interesting question. Well, I think this is a second game. They already did one game before, so I guess that they had the time to improve something or implement something new between one and the other game.
Mhm.
I guess they decided to implement co-op in this one because, of course, we can see that we can play together. So
Yes, for sure.
they surely had enough time to do something else instead of the co-op. The first game was actually a little bit of a success. I
Mhm.
remember reading only positive things about Aragami 1, and I don't remember reading anything about Aragami 2. So I guess that the second didn't have the same success as the first one. So probably it would have been, of course, this is very easy to say after the game already
Yeah,
came out, easy for us
Aragami
to,
1 is
to
good, 71, 66. Good.
to judge, but I guess it would have been better to actually focus on the aspects that made Aragami 1 the success that it was and just go full hype on those. Also, in Aragami 1, the graphics
Yes, it's
seemed
better.
like yeah seemed to
It's
have
better.
much more identity than the second one.
Maybe once again, this is something you see. Aragami 2 lower, 10 point
Mm,
lower, mediumly
yeah.
by medium by the
So,
user too.
mm. So yeah, I I think it would have been better to focus on the 3C. It's what we always say, actually.
Yes, it
Character
looks better.
camera control.
It does looks better.
Yeah, yeah, much more unique.
Mhm.
Um, but also seeing how many actual mechanics revolve around the co-op, it doesn't seem like they spent a lot of developing time focusing on the co-op. So it may also be that they just did Aragami 2, and later on during the development, they decided to just add the co-op.
Yes,
Because this is what it feels. It's like they just put on, okay, there are up to three or two more characters, and now you can all play in the same map against the same encounter.
yes, this is so important. Actually, you don't have co-op mechanics now. This is super important because
Mm.
in a co-op game, you want co-op mechanics. What are co-op mechanics? Can be anything like revive me, which is not doable in this game. Together we do super killing of magic. Also, look, the decal of the blood being on top of the water. You see, for me, all of this detail proves that the game has been rushed. And for me, if the game has been rushed when there's a sequel of the previous game that looks better, co-op is the mistake. Probably they thought they could make a co-op faster. And of course, co-op is super difficult because you have to have servers, you have to have mechanics. It's actually very hard. And this game doesn't have any of that. It's unpolished, unfinished, and doesn't have co-op mechanics. You don't revive other people. You don't have special mode together. You don't have special abilities that requires, I don't know, even the most simple one. Press to open a door. You need to press the button at the same time. You and your friend.
Yeah, like
Classic.
we've seen in Helldivers 2.
Exactly. It's not like a difficult thing to do in the sense of design. I'm not talking difficult in the sense of implementation. I'm talking design. Like it's not like revolutionary co-op mechanic. It's quite easy to get that, to get this mechanic. And why is that? Well, co-op it's a subgenre, so this is something that people might want to do because uh, how can I say? Because it's good for selling. You get into a subgenre that there are not many games on co-op because co-op is very hard to do, and so that's a subgenre that you might want to go. I'm gonna pop a bit later when you have maybe more power. Okay, oh, an S mission. Okay, let's jump to the next without say too much on this because this is like not important. Sorry, I just want. In the meantime, if you want to say something, okay, we got.
Yeah, I will say something because I just saw it on the screen and I remember about this. So at the end of the mission, you have your scores. So how well you performed during the match, and you have three play style suggested by the game that are: you never got discovered, you never killed someone, so maybe you got discovered but you decided to just KO your enemies instead of actually killing them, and finally is kill literally everyone inside the map. I think this is also a little bit over scope, maybe because the combat was not that polished.
Mm.
So to incentivize the player, to tell them, okay, there is a whole play style that you can develop that is try to kill everyone in the map, but the combat doesn't feel that good. Maybe it would have been better to just try and motivate the player not to engage in combat instead of incentivizing it.
Yes, actually, on that I want to talk a couple of things. In the meantime, you'll notice that even at a high level, they are not really interacting this match.
You can also see the dash and climbing not
Yes,
working as
not
intended.
working. But as you notice, like they're not really interacting. Yes, even before when they were fighting, there was like, yes, you can join and take care of the other enemy, so it's one versus one, which is fair. And but that's not really co-op. Think about how you have to interact in Helldivers. Like, oh, Uriel, cover the front side. I go back. Okay, Diego, you in the meantime summon reinforcement. Okay, I'm about to drop a big bomb. Everyone, move away. Constant communication, constant necessity. And Uriel talked about a couple of times of combat. Now, this is a very difficult topic. Also, by the way, someone join us. Thank you for joining us. Watching, feel free to say hi and to share your opinion, question, and doubt about Aragami 2. Now, combat, it's a delicate topic in a stealth game because, of course, in a stealth game, you don't want to be strong. Why you don't want the player to feel strong in combat? You want the player to feel strong in this, in killing unseen, able to appear out of the shadows and kill someone, no one notice them, and things like that. But in combat, in pure melee combat, you don't want the player to feel super powerful. Why? Because if I'm super powerful, I don't need to do stealth. It's very simple. I can just call and murder everyone because I'm very efficient at it. So in this game, you have that. You can fight one on one, but as soon you get overwhelmed, it's difficult, which is good. This is a good stealth decision. You don't want to be powerful in stealth, which is great decision. Uh, what is the problem then about the combat? Well, first, the combat it's very basic. It basically consisting you in parry and parry the opponent, or use your power to end the combat easily. So you just use the power, kill the enemy if you have them. Otherwise, parry them, avoid their parries, kill them. Which is what is the problem. Why? Let's go back. I know I'm going back a lot on this, but let's go back to Tenchu. I'll go Tenchu 2. Well, I'll go the original Tenchu on PS1. Uh, let's just go random somewhere. There we go. So probably here we'll try to kill someone. Okay, this is a stealth kill, so you know, vehicle, uh, death animation, and everything. Now, of course, you can notice everything is constantly dark in Tenchu because, of course, limit of PlayStation One. By mail to feel you were. Okay, let's go. Maybe if I write Tenchu fight. Okay, so maybe this will. This is not. This is Tenchu 2 exactly. It's not Tenchu 1, but okay. Now Tenchu once again, very basic combat, super basic. I can notice. Basically, to attack, it's PlayStation 1 and simple. But you have noticed something. You jump. You have basic jumps. Even in Tenchu, you can have a basic jump, uh, which is what is missing. You see now, he has dodge, he has jump, he has attack from the top. Now, this is once again not a good combat. I'm not saying, hey, let's go and play Tenchu as perfect combat game, because it is not. Please don't do that. It's not a good combat. So, but he has momentum. He has movement, which is what is missing in this combat. Once again, stealth is about movement, is about controlling your position and use your position at advantage. You see, this is perfect example of movement. He rolled into it, appeared behind it, kill it. Perfect. Very good. Very good. Stealth is
And it also feeds the ninja narrative and the ninja fantasy.
exactly. So the problem in this game is that by being a parry based like Sekiro, you are not fulfilling the ninja fantasy, and you're not using the entire concept that make you strong in this game, which is movement. Once again, Dishonored is about movement. When you fight in Dishonored, do you actual fight or you teleport yourself, shoot, throw a bomb, frost time, go behind? You move. You're constantly moving because your power comes from movement. This is the thing. This is the necessity. And this is why this combat feel clunky. Because you are a ninja. You should move even when you fight. That's literally supposed your idea. Like your enemy is supposed to be big samurais with strong armor, and you should have like what he's wearing right now. Uh, you know, um, Black clothes, very light. They don't offer protection, but they allow you to do jumping and things. That's the concept, and that's why this combat feels bad, even if it's not implemented badly. It feels bad because it doesn't fit in the narrative and it doesn't fit the core loop, which is moving around. And you see, once again, no coordination, no element, because the game doesn't require that. Any other points that you want to point on the element of negative, or we want to say how we might solve them?
I will add one last thing that we just mentioned
Mm.
without saying anything, the hub.
Oh,
The hub was very dispersive. I remember we had to talk to many people we didn't care about. We had to go around. We felt lost, I think, especially at the start, at the beginning of the game. The hub was pretty large, all accessible from the start, but many things were not actually interactable at the start because you had to unlock them. But they were already there, so not the
yes,
best way to actually create a hub. It would have been better to unlock sections of the hub,
yes,
one after the other, going on with the game, so that they can there can be tutorials as you are discovering them, and you are actually interested in visiting new parts of the hub, talking to new people, discovering new mechanics, and then applying them in the actual match. All of that luck was lacking from the app that we played.
yes, absolutely. Like the hub, it's too big for its own good at the start. It's simple that. Now it's good that you want to show a big hub because you want to make the player think there are cooler things to come. You know, oh look at that area! I can't wait to go there. Oh my god, I'm seeing a dojo. I'm so curious about what I can unlock. But that's the thing. In the future, you want to unlock this. At the start, you want to make the player small, feeling cozy and able to explore without getting lost and creating this sensation, this uneasiness in the proxology framework about, hey, look that dojo. In the future, you will unlock it. It's so cool. Stay there. It's a possibility. Creating this, I can't wait, but keeping the thing small so the player don't get overwhelmed. And progressively, you unlock them. These also keep the variety in the game, which is the last negative point that I want to talk, which is literally something that we're seeing right now. And in case you didn't pay attention too much, I want to show you part three. Now we are seeing, I want just to show 5 seconds or 5 minutes, but means of this is basically part three. Each part is 30 minutes, so it's 1 hour and 30 minutes in the game. Okay, so this is the start basically of the game. Consider that Steam give you free refund until 2 hours, so it's basically a tutorial. And okay, you've seen this. Put it down, sure. Teleporting. Someone is fighting. You can see it because their life bar is going down. I know that you say, okay, Diego, why you're keeping us watching these? It's please stay there with me. Kind of need to watch a bit. Now the player searching the triangle elements, telling them they didn't saw them, but someone is searching for them. and it's getting there. Let's jump a bit more in an area. Maybe they are doing a new stealth. There we go. Okay, you see someone from top. Now they're moving. It got discovered. Now they're hiding. It might join behind to kill it from behind. There we go. Now they are in two. They might be able to kill it. There we go. Okay. And okay. So I think this is enough to show. And now I want to go. This. Basically, 20. So 20, 30 minutes, mean 10 hours,
It's
right?
about 10 hours, yeah.
About 10
Yeah.
hours. Okay. So there is something that in game design we talk about 1 hour, 5 hours, 10 hours, 100 hours, which is the concept of players should play differently based on how many hours they have in a certain game because they become better at it. Okay, so they are discovering more abilities. Of course, we unlock them, they get new powers, but they are also effectively becoming better at understanding the game, and the way they play, it's very different. Now, if you play, for example, another co-op game, which is Helldiver 2, 1 hour Helldiver, 10 hours Helldiver, and 100-hour Helldiver is completely different. 1 hour, you try to kill everyone, and you die. 10 hours, you try to rush to the objective, complete the mission, and still rely on shooting. 100-hour, you avoid as much fight as possible. You always start from the secondary objective, and you rely entirely on your. I don't remember the name real.
The radar, okay, the 500k bomb.
The 500k bomb, exactly. But in general, the abilities, let's say.
Okay, yeah.
These are the different things. So Helldivers become basically start shooter and evolves into strategic. That's the entire concept. And this was by designer decision. The Helldivers team saw that we don't want the skill is about shooting. We want the skill is about understanding which of your support power, let's call it in that way. I don't remember the name now, sorry. It's the right one on the mission. So based on the mission and based on who you're doing, you choose different type of power ups. Certain things are good against the robots, certain against the things. And now I want you to watch this. And this is exactly the same gameplay. It's exactly the same. Now, yes, you have a bit more power. So, he used the katana to throw it away, but it's the exact same gameplay. You become invisible when you stop, and you're getting here, attracting an enemy, killing it. Then it will do a dash to go on top of something, and it's the exact same gameplay. 100% the same style of gameplay that you do. You see, now you used a power that grabs the enemy and make it go faster to you, but it's the same concept. It's just more efficient. Now it's more efficient, so it can do it faster, which is okay. Partially, a core loop in video games should be about doing things faster. That's okay, but it shouldn't be only about that. It should be also about changing the way that you play. That's the entire idea. That same goes for also not stealth game like Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, but also Monster Hunter. If you ever played Monster Hunter, the first time you use a weapon, you're terrible. The 100 hour they use your weapon, all the secret, all the ticks, all the things. You can predict how long will last the things, and so on and so forth. And this is another problem, which is the stealth doesn't have depth. It doesn't. It's once again because it doesn't have depth, because it's not movement based. Because once again, this move, dashing and rolling, he used it at the start of the game. It never changed. Think about Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey, the way that you play the first hour of Mario Odyssey, 10 hour and 100 hour, it's completely different. 100 hour in Mario Odyssey, you never touch the ground. You're basically become. There is literally things like that. There is Mario RBA never touch the, the gun. Sorry, I'm being very quickly. But you can't touch the floor. There we go. I don't know why now it's showing me this. Okay, there we go. And this is something that you will evolve. In the meantime, there is a question. First of all, thank you, Orange Derp, to giving us your time. This is the first time seeing the game, and I've got no clues about its gameplay apart from the evolution. Why is this cop? Honestly, if you didn't say during the stream, I would have believed the player would. Yes, this is the entire point. This is the entire point. What are the mechanics that make this co-op? None. You are 100% right, Orange. Perfect noticing. That's what they say at the start. The game is co-op, in our opinion, because of marketing reasons and selling reason, which is the idea that co-op games are a subgenre of any type of game. So you can have a co-op of any type of game. You can have a co-op shooter, co-op fighter, co-op anything. And certain people love co-op, and therefore, by loving co-op, you can make a gaming co-op and selling it to other people for more money or things like that. And you see he fails, and I was going back from the start. So no, he hasn't any mechanic that makes it co-op. No mechanic at all. And this is the major problem of that co-op game. That it's not a co-op game. It's a solitary co-op experience. So basically, you can play more efficiently in X people because you're just completing the objective more efficiently, but there is no co-op mechanics whatsoever. You are not. No, this is a Odyssey Metro City. This is a video that I saw recently. No, it's this. Okay, there we go. And so it doesn't have any co-op mechanics whatsoever. Why it's been done? I mean, for me, it's about selling the game, make it more unique, give it a unique selling point, respect its previous. But it's a solitary. Now, is this a big problem per se? No, as you maybe if you watch it from the start our live, you might notice that you can still have the classic co-op funny things in which I don't know we do teabagging together, and we have other type of experiences and things like that. But it's not a co-op game. It's not a co-op game because it doesn't have the co-op mechanics. You can't kill together an enemy that was unkillable before. You can't revive your friend. There are no special button that you can play at the same time to open secret doors or things like that. You are just more efficient at doing what you're doing because there is more people doing it. That's it. This is a perfect example. You know, the other are going and he's taking the reward. But as you notice, they're not even talking, so the second guy came back to try to get the reward.
Diego, I sent you a link in private chat about how a Dishonored player plays Dishonored after 100 hours.
Let's see.
So we can remain in the stealth genre.
Then you don't do that in the first hour of Dishonored. You don't do that in 10 hours on Dishonored.
He is just teleporting away all of the time. And if you go to 1 minute and about 36 seconds,
there we go.
he starts doing crazy things that I'm not sure I could even do after 100 hours. I don't think I could.
So stop time, Zawardo. Shooting an arrow, throw it in the air, teleporting. Oh, becoming, moving, and leaving the guy there, and boom. Yes, that's a perfect example. Absolutely, that's a perfect example. And once a note again, these, as you notice, yes, it's about the power, but all the power are about movement. When you become someone else, you teleport to that position. Zawardo, which is time stop in case you don't know JoJo references, um, literally stop time. They allow you to prepare for movement and positioning enemies and things like that. So, and this is what's lacking. You notice maybe in the previous video that one of the power of the guy is summoning a shadow dragon that kills someone, which is cool as fuck. And it's one of these power is okay, but not all power should be about killing. Most power should about moving, about being in movement, constantly in movement.
Mhm. I think the more you go on, the more the
The crazy.
mechanics that create emerging gameplay will work very very good, because after a while uh, you become you learn the basics of the game. So to keep it interesting and engaging into creating a different gameplay from the first hours of game, emergent mechanics will do the trick.
Yes, but even without emergent, you can still have variation by adding things that require co-op. Like this enemy cannot be
Mm,
distracted unless it requires two players to do that. This enemy cannot be parried at all, so you can't fight it, but you can go behind and killing it, and that's very good for co-op because I distract him and you killing him. This enemy requires uh, two players to be killed, even in stealth, because it's I don't know super difficult. He has a big
mm,
armor; is impossible to keep in some way. Um, this enemy is weak to the light, the one I'm literally seeing right now. It's weak to the light, and I need one player to kind of like put light while the other kill him. I mean, there are many
mm.
ways this can be done if you want it to be a co-op game. But once again, it's not a co-op game; it's a solitary game with multiple people.
Yeah. I also want to give a practical example of what you were saying before about co-op becoming a marketing trick more than a gameplay necessity. And this is something that literally happened to us, Void Pointer, with Dino Patrol.
Mm,
We had more than one publisher that asked for the Dino Patrol to become a co-op game. And when I say more than one, I don't mean a couple, I mean like over 10 publisher asked us about co-op, and a few of them said that the deal was not possible to be concluded without the co-op. So we actually had to look into it and try and understand, okay, can we do a co-op version of the game? And obviously the answer is yes, because you can. We are designer, we are trained to do so. So we are able to create a co-op version. But that was going to require at least one more year of development with our team and our resources. One more year of development means lots of money we need to ask the publisher in addition to the regular sum. So it was not possible. But
mhm,
yeah, we actually saw this, and they didn't ask for co-op because oh, Dino Patrol, it's a game that really needs a co-op version of the game, but because in the genre we can see survival and roguelike. In recent years, many of those have a co-op version of the game, and that's selling very well.
mhm. Yes, because why it sells very well. By the way, this is absolutely hypnotizing to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, because there are people like literally me and Uriel. We want co-op game. We are literally unlucky gamer talks because we play co-op games. So it's literally about an entire subgenre of people and marketing that wants co-op game. That's why having co-op game can sell, and that's why it's a marketing. Now, Uriel could have done the same things, make Dinopath a fake co-op, so a solitary game, but they refused it and they made their own game. But this is what happened to Aragami. And for me, this is the core of the whole Aragami problem. To make this game into a co-op, they need to downgrade the graphic, otherwise it was not enough. Probably they need to implement server and other elements to take time, and they didn't allow them to actually improve about the original game, which is Aragami 1. And the result is a game that it's not terrible, because it is not terrible,
No.
but it's not a good game either. It's a game that is about, it feels bad because you are promised to be a co-op start game and you end up being a single player with multiple people, kind of stealth but not even stealth once again, because you are lacking the movement tools. And for the last time, I know it sounds crazy, but if I go on Tenchu, you have more tools of movement in Tenchu than you have in
On Aragami too.
in Aragami 2. You are starting with very basic tools other than your ability, so you can go on top of buildings, you can kill things. Of course, you have stealth, so crouch, things like that. And this part that you see on the right, these are kind of like your powers. You have kunai that can kill things throwing. You have healing. The rice, I don't remember what it does, and you have the grappling hook. These are your basic element. And if I go on the middle of the game, or this player is still using only basic element. Oh no, okay, he changed it one. I don't remember what this one does, 100%. But we can see that you have a new type of tool, new type of enemy. Also, because in case you're wondering, Tenchu is kind of magical, so you can have skeletons, zombies, and things like that. You have magic power. Also, new people join us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time.
Hey.
And we're actually close to the end, but feel free to say hi or ask questions. Today we were talking about Aragami, and now we are just confronting it with Tenchu. And now you're doing the second part with her. She has different powers, she has different things, her way she moves, her fighting style. So there is more variation in a PS1 game than Aragami 2. And because Aragami 2 developer are, I don't know, stupid? No, not at all. I don't think that, because their first game was good. But because probably to make the fake co-op game, they had to sacrifice a lot of development, and that's the payment, and that's the compromise they had to take. Even this simple element, you see, traps. We're not talking about anything crazy here. We're talking literally of a pit that opens when you get close to it. It's not present in Aragami. There are no traps, which are another stealth classic component in which you literally have to avoid traps because enemy eventually put that. Even Dishonored has traps. The electric wall are traps. Even not stealth game like I don't know, the Soul series has traps. Baldur's Gate has traps. So all these type of games have traps. Aragami doesn't have traps. Why? Because it's sacrifices development for the comp, which is the main problem. Also here you notice that she has bombs. So now she got bombs, which of course are a powerful item that you can use in fighting. She is doing back roll, which is not present in Aragami. To avoiding that, she has this stealth. I don't know what it does. Maybe she's doing right now. Sorry that I don't remember every single object in Tenchu,
Well,
but
it's a PS1 game. I mean, we can
I played when I was
understand.
a kid. Oh, okay. This is the turbo dash magic. Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
Which it's present in Aragami. They have the same power. They have the teletransportation to kill. And I think we are close for today because we are 55 minutes. So I will stop sharing and I will go here. So as last point, Aragami 2 didn't like us. We didn't like it so much. We
Mm.
expected more. I think the problem came from the fact that it's a fake co-op, and this took the most of the developer time, which led to a worse graphic than the original. But also the game doesn't respect for me and my experience as a designer the most critical point in stealth game design, which is movement, 1 hour, 10 hours, 100 hours evolution of your ability, and be weak in combat, which it is. You are weak in Aragami, but be weak in a cool way. So you need still to be weak, but you need to feel cool and not feeling that the combat is um, parry based. Not parry based. It's a Sekiro, which you have to do this. This is my point of view. You're curious?
Mhm. Yeah, I actually agree. I didn't like the game that much. In fact, we only played a few hours,
Yes.
and the main reason was that most of the game felt very, very clunky. We did not get the fantasy that we were promised, and the fact that on top of all of that, there was a fake co-op instead of a real co-op was even worse. But that was not the main reason, because I mean, we opened our podcast with talking about Figment 2, and that's like the
Yes.
worst game co-op possible. One of the two players is not actually playing, but we
Yes.
still enjoyed the game so much. We completed the game, and we talked very good about the game. So
Yeah.
it's not about a fake co-op. It's of course it's an element, because I was promised co-op. I came to play a game with my friend, but the fact that even the single player experience in Aragami 2 is not good enough to make me stay. And adding a fake co-op on top of that, it's not the solution.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you for following us today. And once again, thank you for asking, especially Orange Derp. They asked a very interesting question and correctly connected the dot. So thank you for participating. Thank you, because once again, this is a chit chat. It's very friendly. If you are interested, you can find always the video on the channel, or next week, in which we will talk about another co-op game that we played. We don't know yet which one. We decide based on the feel. Last time, as I say, we talked about a super good co-op, so we wanted to talk about one that wasn't this great. And thank you for following us, and thank you for your time. Have a great day, night, or afternoon based on your time zone, and see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.